May the force be with you, because welcome back to the YouTube channel, the James Ramblin Reviews. Might feel weird because I've been away for a few days. I did a whole community tab post about this, but I'm not going to go on for hours on end about any of that, because that is something I did in my personal life and it's not something I need to talk about on YouTube. So in this video I'm actually going to be bringing you a little bit more Star Wars themed review stuff here, as today I have got for you the 1977 classic Star Wars A New Hope, because for some reason one of my other recordings I was like, Star Wars 1997, no, that is not the right year it came out. So for a bit of context here, this is the original Star Wars movie, and I have seen this movie more than once. I don't know how many times I've actually seen it, but I don't think I've actually reviewed it on the channel, so it just gave me a bit more inspiration here because it's the month of May and I've really reviewed the original film on my channel. I was like, yeah, let's turn this on, and I wasn't expecting myself to go ahead and review it, as obviously I had a busy few days there, but I was like, yeah, no, this is reviewable. I need to review this movie because this movie holds up, right? Let's just get into, what this movie is about, and then I'll give you the rating out of 10 and all of the good stuff, and there might be a few spoilers in here because this movie is almost 50 years old, so there's definitely all of that. So what you need to know about this movie is that it is all about Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Darth Vader, C-3PO, R2-D2, all of this stuff all culminates in a big story where there is a bad guy and there is good guys trying to stop the bad guy. And that is one way you could interpret this movie, or you could interpret this movie as an action, romance, drama, sci-fi movie, because everyone says this is a sci-fi movie, but if you really go back and you watch the details of this movie, oh yeah, it is a genre blending film, and it does a good job of that. And the first thing you got to talk about here is the filmmaking of the movie, the way that George Lucas was so dedicated to directing this film. And especially back in those days, you did not have loads of CGI going around, so he had to use what he could at the time to create the film. So that is just something to appreciate about the movie. It also holds up in the fact that I just feel like the acting is just really good, and when you watch this movie back again in 2025, like, Mark Hamill was really young in this movie. It's like, wow, that's crazy, how could he be so young, especially compared to how he is now? But it's just crazy looking back on these actors, how young they were and how much they were in their prime. And Han Solo just really is a fun character in this movie. Princess Leia is obviously likeable and an enjoyable watch as well. A lot to appreciate. The music here, it's amazing. And then you've got Darth Vader, and let's be honest here that the lightsaber battles of this movie, they kind of, if you think about it, don't compare to what you see in Revenge of the Sith and all of those movies where they have all these complex battles and they're moving around, whereas in this movie it's just like and then that's kind of it. But let's just appreciate that this is simple. This is the charm of the movie, was, oh yeah, let's just bring you to the start of what's to come, because obviously A New Hope is the first Star Wars movie in this entire experience of Star Wars, right? And so you could say some of the fight scenes are clunky in the movie, but it's just the overall experience is where this brought you to this point. And I really do like how you see the scenes where Luke Skywalker's training and he's doing the lightsaber battles, but then you also get him in the actual, the ships and the battles there, and everything just kind of builds into that. And I will say that the whole Ben Kenobi, Darth Vader fight almost made me, cry a lot, because you remember that the Ben Kenobi actor just is really charming and he has a lot of fun in the role. So then when you see him go up against Darth Vader and you're like, we meet again, and then Darth Vader's like, I am the master and all this, and then he just goes badoink, and then he kills Ben Kenobi, and like, wow, like, this is really sad to see that he did this, but this was just what Darth Vader was all about, baby, just wanting to take over the world and everything. And You know, you've got to mention James Earl Jones' voice in this movie. Just an absolute amazing performance. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones, obviously. What an actor. Cannot believe that, you know, that guy just put on a absolute showstopper performance with that, because, you know, Darth Vader's voice is iconic. So there's just a lot about this movie. Just really is a masterpiece on a story level, a masterpiece in an acting experience, a masterpiece in a filmmaking experience. Everything just kind of flows naturally in this movie, because, you know, this is what's really good about older films as well, right? They will start off with these conversations and just walking about, but back in those days, right, they had to figure out how they were going to go into a scene and how they were going to, you know, go to the next scene and go to this place and go to that place. And this was the first ever Star Wars movie, so they had to kind of just figure out where they wanted to go and how they wanted to portray the storyline. So everything in that sense just culminated into everything that you get to see. And the action with the battles, it's a fun, entertaining time. And what I will say is, I'm going to be honest with you, right, into saying that I actually forgot that Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker do not actually fight in the original Star Wars movie. And I was like, wow, I thought I was going to see a fight scene with Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Yeah, that's how long I've not, that's how, you know, that's how long it's been since I've seen this movie. So I forgot. I had to look up, like, I actually had to rewind a bit of the movies, like, did I miss the lightsaber battle? But no, the final battle of the movie is actually Luke Skywalker and his, you know, whole army fleet, you know, the rebellions, all going to shoot down the other guys and the enemies. And so you never see the battle because it doesn't happen till later on in the second film. So there's definitely all of that. So honestly, yeah, an absolute 10 out of 10 movie. This movie just puts you in a good mood. And honestly, you know, I actually was a little bit tired after, you know, being busy for a few days. So coming home and watching this movie just really put me on the right tracks and really brought me back to what I know about movies. And this was just an absolute amazing movie. Could go on forever about the film. But yeah, that's my review of Star Wars A New Hope. Hopefully, you know, start anew, hopefully, to more videos like this one. There'll be new videos dropping, so there's definitely all of that. But I definitely did need a few days off of watching movies, because if it wasn't for what I did with my family, I would have been going to the cinema 3 or 4 times in that time span probably. So yeah, stay tuned for more reviews just like this one. This might feel a bit weird that I'm uploading this video because it's been a few days, but bear with me. This is just me settling back into what I like to do. So yeah, see you next time for another review on the James Ramblin' Reviews, and may the Force be with you.